Hey guys, Maria Dementicos here, psychic channeler, spiritual teacher. All right, who wants to hear a good story? Okay, so I guess about 2 years ago, I had this dream. And I thought that I was on another planet in the dream when I evaluated it later, but what my guides told me was just another realm. And they always teach the planetary system different than the way that we think it is or we think we know it is in science, okay? They always describe these as being realms, okay? Like we're in a realm and there's other realms and all the realms intertwine and cross frequency at times, and they just teach it differently, okay? And that's just straight from my guides. It's not with me having read anything or any metaphysical teachings on that. That's just what they've taught me. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking I'm in another realm in this dream, and I find out that it's an actual real place. Okay. So if you can imagine, I'm walking through what looks like a forest. Okay. Very dark forest. There is a little bit of moonlight, but not much. I come upon this building and I'm leading people. There's like all these people with me. I think my mom was in the dream, a few other family members, but there's also people that I don't recognize, okay? So I come into this building. It reminds me of like an observatory, like a place where you observe the stars. It's beautiful. Very open when you walk in. And there's this large screen across the wall, very tall and big, okay? And there's an operator operating the screen, and the screen is made up of all these little mosaics of light, okay? Kind of reminds me of the tapestry room. If you're a channeler or a hypnosis practitioner, the tapestry room has like the threads of all life, okay? But this is a mosaic, so it's a little bit different. So there's an operator, and she's just like just typing away. And I mean, as she's doing it, this whole screen is just becoming like lit up. And she's super fast. And I actually said, wow, you're fast. And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm slowing down just so you can see it. And I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. So we pass through this little area where she's operating the mosaic, okay? We go back outside. We're like on the other side of, I don't know what you would call it. Wherever we came from, this forest area into the star observatory, out the other side moved us to another area, okay? And we were suddenly walking like over kind of like a man-made, or it looks like a man-made waterfall, like concrete, but it was very rectangular down, right? Like, I guess kind of like the way a pyramid would be, but going down. We were going down, okay? This place had 4 moons, by the way. I think that's very significant. Pay attention to the cosmos, the bodies that we're seeing right now, how things are looking different. They don't look like they normally look, okay? Even our moon looks different. So pay attention to that, because the place I saw was a realm, is what I was told, a frequency, and it has 4 moons. It may have more, but that's what I could perceive in that moment. Okay, so we go down the stairs into the water. Okay, there's like this body of water, and it appears to have been put there. It wasn't like walking into the ocean. It was like, I don't know what they call it when you go to like visit like dolphins or something, and they have them in a little area, whatever that's called. It's kind of what it reminded me of. And this seal like just swims up to me and gets like right in my face, and he's big and he's like in my face. And he was good. He was really good. Really good energy, really sweet. But it scared me at first because he just was like right there, right? And everybody that's with me was like, oh my gosh. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. He's good. He's nice. It's okay. Everything's okay. Follow me into the water. Okay. And I lead everybody into the water. We go under the water. We can breathe under the water. Okay. And these beautiful white whales start swimming above us. And they have little freckles, and you know how whales have little moles and things? But in this moment, they were rainbow colored. All their markings were rainbow colored. So they were white with rainbow colored markings all over their body. And we all like rubbed their bellies. We were just like letting them swim over us while we breathed under this water. And we touched their bellies, and it was so amazing. Okay. And what will happen when I have like a moment like that, like whether it's an astral travel, a dream, a visitation, a message, whatever it is, when I get pulled out of it, there will be a lot of energy because I'm coming back into the frequency where I am in this body. Okay. So they pull me out. I'm like, whoa, wow, what did I just see? Okay. And it was very significant. I didn't know how significant. And actually, that's kind of how a message works when you get that guidance, that wisdom from your guides. Sometimes for years, you'll be dissecting one vision because it has so many meanings. Okay. But so here comes the interesting part. I didn't tell anybody about the dream. Okay. 2 weeks later, a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, came in to have her eyelashes done. Because you guys, I have a spa, remember? And the spa has cosmetic services and spiritual services and a fusion of holistic services. So she comes in to get her eyelashes done. And I'm just doing my thing, you know, and she falls asleep. And years ago, when I first started out in aesthetics, I worked with a surgeon for a while. And so I was very familiar with what a person looks like when they've been put to sleep, that deep sleep. Okay. So if you can imagine, I'm doing her eyelashes, finish her eyelashes, and I like pull her eyelid up to clean it, which is normal procedure after you've done eyelashes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like her eyes are rolled back in the back of her head. She's knocked out so deep in sleep. Like I was not waking her. Okay. And I asked my guides, I'm like, is she okay? I'm like, do I need to get help? And they're like, she's fine. She's fine. And I could see, you know, like a slight pulse. And they're like, we are working on her. We are helping her. Don't touch her. Just go do something and come back in a little bit and we'll be done. Okay. I was like, okay. So I go to the front of the spa and I start like decorating for Christmas because this was around Christmas time. And like an hour later, she wakes up. And keep in mind, this is a very close friend. So she's totally comfortable here. And so that was not an unusual experience for her to just fall asleep and it'd be okay. Because I have other rooms I can work in and it's not a big deal. So she wakes up and she looks at me and I'm just sitting here reading a book, sitting next to her, just watching her, making sure she's okay. And she's like, what just happened? And I was like, well, I don't know exactly what happened. I said, but my guides told me not to touch you, that they were working on you and to leave you there and just go do something else. And so I said, I just been sitting here reading my book and taking care of the front end. She's like, okay. She says, I just went into the water and I could breathe. And in the water, there was a whale. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, and it was healing me. And you told me it was safe to come with you into the water. And I came with you. And then, oh my God, I just, as she was saying it, I was like, what? And then she, whatever happened in the water happened. And then she comes out of the water and my friend who's worked with me off and on for years, she's watching, if she watches this, I'm sure she'll see it. Her name is Daphne. She's so sweet. We've been friends since childhood. In the vision that my other friend had, and when she's coming out of this water with the whales and me from this healing experience, my friend Daphne walks up to her in the vision and spritzes her in the face with something like, here, let me get this. We still all laugh about it to this day because sometimes you got to get spritzed in the face, okay? Like sometimes you just need it. But it was so powerful and amazing. And by the way, this person, this friend of mine, without being too specific, because I want to respect her privacy, had some real physical things that needed healing. And she got amazing healing from what she experienced, even though we didn't do anything, okay? In this realm anyway. And yeah, it was freaking awesome. She reported back like a week later how amazing she still felt. Just more energetic, no chronic pain. Yeah, just they did some stuff. We don't know what spirit did exactly, but they did. And this was a real place and she saw it, okay? And then we still joke about the whole getting spritzed in the face thing. And sometimes if we get a little out of character, I'm like, somebody spritz me in the face. I need it. So anyway, yeah, It's good to be able to laugh about ourselves. So, yeah, these things, these dreams we're all having, okay? These places that we go, they're not our imagination, okay? So, yeah, and that was one of those times when I was like, all right, this is real. I need to like realize how real this is. And as a guide, you know, I call myself a spiritual teacher, but I feel like I'm really a spiritual guide. Does that make sense? Because one of the things I specialize in is just getting people back to themselves, because they have it all, right? Like you have it all inside of you. And most people have lost access to themselves without their knowledge, okay? So, but whatever you want to call it, spiritual teacher, spiritual guide, it's amazing when we have these moments that we see such healing and even humor, right? And also, it's a good reminder that we need each other, right? We did it as a team, the three of us together. She was willing to go, number one, into the water. And if you want to put the allegory in there, or the symbolism, into the emotions. And to let the higher realms heal her. The whales see her so high frequency. And they're healing the whole planet. This is why they're so important. So many, so many. And the water's so important. And not fearing it, and not fearing our emotions, and not fearing the emotions of humanity either. Okay? But yeah, what an amazing story, right? I had to share it with you guys. I thought, you know, it might be good sometimes to tell these little stories of things we witness and hear in spiritual practice, because it's going to help us all to learn and grow. And I think that the more practitioners that share those stories, even if it's little things, even if you can't be specific, out of respect for privacy, just a little something can go a long way in helping us all on the journey. So there you go. Love you guys.